How to do the armbar from mount. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to control the mount, when to attack the armbar, how to set it up, and how to finish it without getting thrown off like you just made a terrible life decision.
That armbar sucked.
It was for instructional purposes. The armbar is one of the most common submissions in Jiu Jitsu, but here's the problem. You can have perfect technique, but if you attack it at the wrong time, if you rush it, it is not going to work. So today, I'm not just showing you how to do the armbar. I'm showing you when to do it, how to force the setup, how to lock the position, how to finish, and how to drill it until your body knows where to go. You ready?
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Let's get started. First, I'm going to show it at full speed, and then we'll break down every detail.
I would like to say I helped.
You were the arm.
Still important.
Okay, a very brave arm. Now let's break it down. Most people lose the mount because they attack before they control. They get to mount and they look around like, oh man, I have to do something. And then they rush for an armbar.
And now I'm free.
And now you are annoying. This is why I do not mount someone and immediately start grabbing arms, like a white belt shopping at a clearance rack.
What aisle are the arm bars on?
Not yours. Before I attack, I lock the mount down. If I skip control and rush the submission, I lose the position. And if I lose the position, not only do I not get the armbar, but I potentially give up reversal points and they get a dominant position. Before I attack the armbar, I make him carry my weight. When I get mount, I am not just sitting up lazy. This gives him space to bridge, elbow escape, and start getting out. Instead, I lock my feet under his butt. I bring my heels up as high as I can, then I drop my hips, my body weight, right onto his solar plexus.
I have discovered breathing is a privilege.
Exactly. Now I lift my hands off the mat so all my weight goes down onto him. This does two things. Number one, it makes it harder for him to throw me off because my weight is low and my base is wide. Number two, my legs are locking his hips, so it is harder for him to elbow escape. He has two main ways out. He can bridge and try to roll me, or he can elbow escape and get his leg back. My hips and base help stop the bridge. My legs under his butt help stop the elbow escape. So before I attack, I make him feel it and I make him work. I want him to struggle before I attack. This is important. A lot of people get mount and immediately rush the submission, but if he still has all his energy, he's going to explode, bridge, elbow escape, and make everything harder. Go ahead, push me. Good. Try to elbow escape.
My legs are trapped in customer service.
And no one is answering. I want him to try all that. I want him to feel like it is not working. Because once he realizes he is stuck, his energy bar goes down. And when the energy bar goes down, that is when I can start attacking submissions. Control first, pressure second, submission third. By the way, if you're liking this content, subscribe and ring the notification bell. We have new videos like this coming out to help you actually understand the details, not just memorize random moves and hope they work.
Hope is not a strategy.
And neither is getting bridged off of mount in front of everyone. Subscribe, and let's get back to the armbar. Do not try to lift the arm up with strength. This is one of the biggest mistakes. People get to mount, they see the arm, and they just start trying to pull it up. If his elbows are tight and he is disciplined, I am not just lifting this up.
I am very disciplined.
For the next 7 seconds, maybe. If I try to force this, I burn energy and give him a chance to escape. So instead of lifting his arm, I need to make him lift it for me. That is the whole setup. I'm not chasing the arm. I am creating a reaction. The what time is it grip makes him bring his elbow up. Here's how it works. I take the blade of my wrist and forearm, not the soft part. This soft wristwatch side is mushy. This vein side is mushy. But these blades on the side of the arm are harder. I put that blade into his neck and hook it up into his jaw. Then I check my watch. That is why we call it the what time is it grip.
It is time to stop.
Exactly. That is the reaction I want. This does not feel good. So he is going to do something with this arm. He may push the hand away. He may grab my shoulder. He may try to pull me off his face. But whatever he does, this elbow starts coming up. And when this elbow comes up, that is my opening. Shoulder pressure can make him give you the armbar. The what time is it grip is one option. Another option is shoulder pressure. If I drive my shoulder into his face, he is probably going to reach up to stop it.
Your shoulder is in my life.
And now your elbow is away from your ribs. That is what I want. If he reaches up to stop the shoulder, his elbow comes up. If his elbow comes up, I can get my hip underneath it so I can use the what time is it grip, or I can use shoulder pressure. Different tools, same goal. Make him bring the elbow up. When the elbow comes up, my hip has to get underneath it. That is the whole point. I use the what time is it grip or I use shoulder pressure, and he brings this elbow up. The second that happens, my knee comes up under his armpit. I want this knee at least level with his head. If my knee is too low, he's going to get his elbow back to the floor and start escaping.
I found an exit.
Return it. Knee at least level with the head. Now my hip is underneath his elbow. Once I get here, I do not need the what time is it grip anymore. That grip was only the tool that made him lift the elbow. Now I have to lock the door. Once I get to S mount, I have to lock the door. If I just sit here and do nothing, he can move his head, turn his shoulder, and get his elbow back to the floor.
I am leaving.
No, you're not. To lock the door, I release the what time is it grip and one hand goes to the neck. The other hand goes to the temple. Then I drive his head into his shoulder. At the same time, my other foot goes under his armpit. Not palm down, not lazy. I want the back of my foot tucked underneath. If I am doing this right, you should be able to see the bottom of my foot. This is S mount because my legs make an S shape. But the shape is not the important part. The control is. I am making a Keegan sandwich, not a PB&J, a Keegan sandwich.
I did not consent to being lunch.
You pulled guard earlier. This is where choices lead. Here is what that means. My hands are driving his head into his shoulder. My hips are driving into his shoulder from the other side. So his shoulder is trapped between my hands and my hips. Squish! Now try to get your elbow back to the floor.
My elbow has no future.
Exactly. Once I lock this in, I do not rush. The position is doing the work. Now the armbar is coming, but I still have to move correctly. I cannot throw this leg over if all my weight is sitting on it. This is another huge mistake. People get to S mount, they know the leg has to go over the head, and they try to drag it over while their weight is still on it.
That leg is not going anywhere.
Because I'm sitting on it. So first, I lock him in, then I lean all my weight over to my right knee, right shoulder to right knee. As I lean, this leg becomes light. Now I can move it wherever I want. Do not muscle the leg over. Shift your weight so the leg becomes light. My foot replaces my hand before I sit back. Once I make this leg light, I find the arm. I keep control of the neck, then I step over the head. My foot replaces my hand. That means my foot takes over the job of controlling his head and keeping him trapped. Then I sit one time, not 3 times. Not scooting around like I'm looking for a parking lot. One sit.
Very efficient parking.
Compact spot. Now I can start focusing on the finish. For the finish, I clamp, pinch, bite, and lift. First, I find his wrist. I clamp with 2 hands so he cannot turn his wrist and hitchhike out. My knees stay together. We are not doing this.
That one feels nicer.
That is how I know it is wrong. My knees are together. My right foot is tight under his armpit. My left foot is tight against his neck. I bite my heels close, pinch my knees together, and pull his wrist down. A lot of the time, that pressure alone gets the tap. If he is flexible, I raise my hips through the elbow. Clamp the wrist, pinch the knees, bite the heels, pull down and lift the hips. His thumb has to face the ceiling for the armbar to work correctly. If his thumb is turned away and I pull, the arm bends. And if his thumb is turned this way, same problem. I need the thumb facing the ceiling. That lines the elbow up correctly. So I clamp the wrist, keep the thumb up, pull down, and raise my hips.
That feels extremely educational.
That means it's working. The armbar is hyperextending the elbow. So control the wrist, line up the thumb, and finish through the elbow. Here's the full armbar from mount, step by step. First, I control the mount. Feet locked under his butt and heels up high. Hips are heavy. Hands light so he carries my weight. Then I make him react. I use the what time is it grip or shoulder pressure to make his elbow come up. When the elbow comes up, my hip gets underneath it. My knee comes high, at least level with his head. Then I lock the door. One hand on the neck and one hand on the temple. Drive his head into his shoulder. Foot goes under the armpit. Now I make the leg light. Right shoulder to right knee. I find the arm. Step over, replace the hand with my foot. Sit one time and pull him tight. Then I clamp the wrist, pinch my knees tight, bite my heels, make sure the thumb faces the ceiling, pull down, and raise my hips. That is the armbar from mount. Not rushed, not forced, step by step. The armbar works when the elbow comes up. You can learn every detail I just showed, but if you attack at the wrong time, you are going to lose the position. Mount is dominant. Do not throw it away just because you saw an arm.
My arm is bait.
And some people bite. If his elbow is tight to the floor or tight to his ribs, I do not force it. But if he lifts the arm for any reason, I go. If he pushes me, I go. If he reaches to stop the what time is it grip, I go. If he reaches to stop shoulder pressure, I go. Anytime this elbow comes up, my hips get underneath it. That is the timing. The elbow comes up, I take the space. Do not rush the armbar. It is a process. If I see the elbow come up and I panic jump without locking the position, he can rip his arm out and come up.
And now I'm alive.
Unfortunately. So that is why I hit the steps. Elbow comes up, hip underneath, knee high, lock the door, make the leg light, step over, sit once, clamp, finish. The best way to know you really understand the armbar is if you can do it step by step without needing to rush. Speed can come later. Control comes first. This drill teaches your body to jump into S-mount. Your brain knows the technique now, but your body still has to learn the movement. So for this drill, your partner lies on their back with their arms crossed and elbows up. They're basically showing you the mistake.
I am the instructional mistake.
Typecast perfectly. I take one hand, split between the arms and grab the neck. Then I lean forward and jump into S-mount all at once. Foot under the armpit. Remember, I am putting the back of my foot underneath, not patting down with the bottom of my foot. I want to be able to see the bottom of my foot. Then I clamp. Then I come back to center and go to the other side. One hand splits, fist or hand to the floor, lean and jump into S-mount. And do not worry, everybody has a good side and a bad side.
Which side is this?
The public does not need to know. The goal is to stop doing it in 5 slow, separate steps. You want your body to feel the motion, so when the elbow comes up, you can jump right into the position. This drill builds the circular S-mount movement. We are going to move from one side of the S-mount finish to the other side. I start like I am about to finish, but I do not need the arm yet. One hand goes on the floor, the other hand controls the far elbow. Then I will lift my hips and swivel towards the head, not toward the body, toward the head. This leg that was over the head now becomes the armpit leg on the other side. Then I sit on him and this foot becomes the leg over his head.
So you just rotate around me like a terrible ceiling fan?
A submission ceiling fan. Then I go back. Hand on the floor, other hand controls the elbow, lift the hips, swivel towards the head. This foot circled around to the armpit. Set a timer for 1 minute and move side to side. The goal is to get comfortable with that circular S-mount motion. If this movement feels awkward, drill it. If it still feels awkward, drill it some more. Once you understand the armbar mechanics, you can find it everywhere. The setup changes, but the finishing mechanics are the same. From mount, I get to this position. From guard, the setup is different, but once I get to the armbar position, I still need the same details. Armpit controlled, head controlled, knees pinched, heels biting, wrist clamp, thumb up, and hips finish. Same thing from side control, same thing from the back, different setups, same armbar mechanics. That is why this submission is so important. Once you understand how the armbar actually works, all the other armbars become easier to learn. And yes, we are going to make videos on those too.
So more armbars for me?
Correct.
Fantastic. I hate it.
If you're learning a lot from this video, imagine what we can help you fix in a private lesson. We offer in-person and virtual private lessons. You can send us match footage or training footage, and we can build the lesson around what is actually happening in your game. If you are losing mount, missing arm bars, rushing submissions, getting reversed, or not sure why, something keeps failing, we can help you close those gaps.
Sometimes the gap is that your knees are 12 feet apart.
Sometimes the gap is that Keegan will not stop talking.
That one is harder to fix.
If you are in the DFW area, you can train with us in person. If you are not local, we can work with you live through virtual private lessons. The link is in the description. We'll see you on the mats or on FaceTime. Now let's get back to the video. Now you know how to control the mount, how to make the elbow come up, how to enter S-mount, how to lock the door, how to step over without losing control, how to finish, when to attack, and how to drill it. The armbar is one of the most important submissions in Jiu Jitsu, but do not just rush the finish. Control the position, force the reaction, take the space, lock the door, then finish. If you like this video and want to learn more, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment telling us what position, submission, escape, or problem you want us to cover next.
Preferably something where I do not get armbarred.
No promises. We'll see you in the next video.